Hey, we're live at the Aberdeen Civic Arena tonight for a home game between the Aberdeen Christian Knights and the Waybay Summit Mustangs girls basketball game. And this is Dave Palmer, and I have head coach of the boys team tonight, Dave Rohrbach, helping me with some color tonight as we work our way through this game. We've worked together quite a bit in the past, but it's been a few years.
Yeah, a few years when I used to coach for you.
Yeah, that would be going back to probably 2015 or 16, something like that. We were both coaching here at Aberdeen Christian. So fun to bring you the game here tonight.
Before we begin, would you please rise?
And we're going to have our national anthem here now, so we'll stop and listen to that, and then we'll give you the lineups.
Let's pray. Tonight, we're going to enjoy the game of basketball. We thank you so much for the abilities and talents you've given the athletes. Lord, we pray for your protection over the athletes tonight. You keep them free from any kind of injury or harm. And Lord, be with each of us as we drive home and give us safety on the roads. It is in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as we honor our nation and its flag. Proper etiquette is to remove any headgear and stand at attention facing the flag. Place your right hand over your heart. Military members have the option to salute. Our national anthem is being performed tonight by Amy Beener.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, now have our starting lineups here tonight.
For the visiting Mustangs.
Waybay Summit
At guard, a 5'4" senior, number 1.
starting at guard, Brianna Liv Atomac, a 5'4" senior.
A 5'7" sophomore.
She wears number 1.
Eva Beneke.
Other guard is number 2, Eva Beneke.
At center,
She's a 5'7" sophomore guard.
12, Macy Chapin.
Number 12, Macy Chapin, is a 5'9" senior.
Number 13, Kaylee Berger.
And number 13, Kaylee Berger, is a 5'6" junior.
Number 34,
And announced as another guard is number 34, Tasha Zerbal, 5'7" senior. Not a very big lineup, Coach
No, not
Rohrbach,
big.
for Summit, especially when you compare them to this Aberdeen Christian lineup. They have very good size for a girls team.
11, Joy Rohrbach.
Starting at guard tonight for Aberdeen Christian, I think they've made a mistake. They announced Joy Rohrbach, but we know that she's hurt. In fact, she's out for a couple weeks here with injury, a thumb injury. Sounds like it's something that she'll be able to come back from and play. But starting in her spot tonight is Chloe Bosma, a 5'10" sophomore. Starting at guard, number 23, Hannah Miller. She's a senior and is 6'1". And Kaylee Block, another senior at 5'8", starts. And another senior at 5'9" is Grace Kaiser. She's number 33. And then lastly, 6'4" junior Mallory Miller.
Tale of two completely different teams. Very, very tall, and then Waybay Summit, about 5 guards on the floor.
And you kind of just, without knowing anything about Waybay Summit, you just assume you'd want to take advantage of being smaller and quicker and put as much pressure as you could on. You saw that the other night in the Faulkton game when Joy got hurt and the Knights were in foul trouble, that they jumped into some pressure, and the Knights really struggled with that. Luckily had a big enough lead to overcome.
Yeah. No, you're exactly right. I would expect some full court pressure. It'd be interesting what they do early on.
Yeah. Do you know what Waybay Summit's record is at all? Anything?
I don't. I do know that their best player, Zoe Wallaber, went down with an injury. She was putting up some really big numbers. So it's probably scoring by committee now. Not sure what their record is.
Sure. Looks like Waybay's in a man defense. A nice pass inside to Mallory Miller from Kaylee Block, and Knights take a quick 2-0 lead.
Nice play to establish your height inside early.
That's, I've watched most of the games during the year, but the other night when I had to really focus on it when we called it, I was really impressed with the passing, the high-low passing from the bigs.
Yeah, the Millers passed really well last game.
Number 24 with a drive, shots off the mark, and Knights clear and take it the other way. You just, old days when you have a smaller lineup, you'd assume you go right to a zone. Another nice pass on a give and go.
Yeah, it'll be interesting how long they stay in man.
From Miller to Bosma, another assist.
Nice cut by Chloe.
We never mentioned our coaches tonight. The Knights obviously are coached by Michael Rohrbach, assisted by Rob Johnson and Tom Kaiser. And Waybay Summit is coached by Heath Hegland, and Danielle Gray and Lisa Amdahl are his assistants. Long three is off the mark, and the Knights clear and come the other way. Pass ahead to Miller. Miller to Miller is good for 2. Quick 3 for 3 from the field, 6-point lead for the Knights.
Waybay Summit running what you'd expect, 5-out offense, a lot of cuts, a lot of ball screens.
Boy, Beth Kaiser's been good on defense. The other night she had that I can't think of her name, from Faulkton, did a really good job on her.
Yeah, but she's coming along. Grace was a really good defender last year.
Did I say Beth? It's Grace.
Yeah, Grace.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah.
I think I screwed up with that the other night too. It's Grace Kaiser.
Grace, no, she was a really good defender last year, and then I know she was battling an ankle injury for the first part of this year, and she's finally getting healthy, and had a really good
shot clock's winding down here. Deep corner shot just at the buzzer and off the mark, and Knights clear again.
For being the bigger team, the Knights are getting up the floor really
Little
well.
Euro step for 2 by Miller.
Good start for Aberdeen Christian.
That's Hannah Miller. I remember being West River for a game years ago, and my son Sam did a Euro step, and they called traveling. And I mentioned that to the ref, that's a Euro step, and he says, you might get away with that in Europe, but that's a travel West River.
Oh, man. Did you argue
now you see that all the time.
That?
Nobody was doing that,
no, you see
years
it a
ago,
lot
and now that's a nice move. I saw Joey Johnson with a nice Euro step in the JV game tonight. That's a big man doing it. So
no, kids use it all the time now.
Blocked by Miller.
I think the more that you see it too, the more the refs are obviously familiar with it and kind of let it go.
Deep 3 is off the mark, but rebounded by Kaiser inside, kick back outside. Knights will stay on the offense. Miller drives, scores again. Hannah Miller. Quick 10-point lead here. Summit's just going to play through it. Boy, Summit has had a tremendous history of success in girls basketball. Waybay Summit, both schools, and now they're combined to been in a lot of state tournaments, had a lot of really good college players come out of both schools.
Yeah, and fun fact, I believe Mark Amdahl is coaching their boys now. I actually coached a couple of those really good boys.
Yeah, I think he coached all the way through those.
Okay.
Those. Waybay with their first bucket is a 3, and timeout called here. Back halfway through the first quarter, Knights with a 10-3 lead. And after that timeout, bring it up. Kind of expected to see Waybay Summit throw some press on.
I totally did too. I was expecting either a zone or a full court press or something, and nothing.
You know, and maybe they're just going to see how things go here for a while. Pass into Miller, and she's got her, does her work before she gets the ball and has her defender pinned deep and scores.
Nice bucket from Ellery.
And you preach that to your big players to do their work early, and good things will come. And you get your defender pinned that deep, and there's nothing they can do about it. Waybay scores again in the paint that time, makes it a 12-5 game.
One thing I remember when I was an assistant working for you is you preached always to the bigs is get down the floor, do your work early, and I still, that resonates with me, and I try to translate that to our boys today.
It just pays off. Run the floor, make your defender run, and by the end of the game, they're pooped too.
Yeah, even if you don't get the ball, it pays dividends because you're making your defender sprint.
Deep 3 from number 34. Zerbal is off the mark, and the Knights clear. Leading by 7 here with just under 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Pass into Miller again. She's set up low, misses a shot this time. Zerbal with the rebound. She brings it all the way down and gets them set up. And
nice back cut.
Nice back cut. And this one in the paint. Kind of wonder if you're not thinking about there's a 6'4" girl, I'm taking it in the paint too, and you
definitely alters your thought process and your shots.
Pass over the top
to
Miller, and she scores. That was Hannah to Mallory that time. I think there's a little extra connection being sister to sister. They kind of know where they're going to be. I would kind of assume that.
Definitely
You had that playing with a brother. You kind of knew where to go.
Definitely made that pass a time or two to her sister. Probably got called for travel there.
Got an extra step there from Hannah. They call it Hannah Miller, and there's a travel called. Knights turn it over, and Waybay Summit down by 9 here with 1:41 has a chance to close the gap a little bit.
If you're Waybay, you'd like to get it to around that 6-point mark here before to close it out to 6. Yep, traveled.
Traveling violation, and Knights will have it here with 1:25. High school kids, are they with the shot clock? Do you think? How much do you preach? Let's get a 2-for-1 or another score inside from Miller.
You know, the 2-for-1s. It's really more of a in the game. We'll kind of yell at them like get a 2-for-1. And actually, your son, my assistant Sam Palmer, he's really the one who monitors that and will tell our point guard 2 for 1 on the floor, and he does a real good job of monitoring that for our boys.
To me, that looks like you'd want to do that, but man, unless you kind of grew up with it or are conscious of it, you kind of realize it after the fact. So
yeah, and we love getting the last shot of the quarter. So for us,
yeah,
if we can steal a quick one and then get the last shot, we really like to have the last shot of the quarter.
Knights lead by 11 here with 40 left. Step out of bounds, and here's your 2 for 1. Can you get one off real quick?
Yeah. Oof. That's probably not a high quality shot.
Not enough time with 38 seconds when you got to go full court. You can actually play for 1 shot here.
You can play for 1 is exactly right. That's probably enough time to play for 1, but got fouled. It worked out.
On the drive, there's a foul called and chance for 2 here.
Got the switch and then went back and attacked middle.
First shot's good. That makes it a 10-point lead. Waybay Summit has a chance to get it into single digits here with the possession left.
For how the game's felt, that'd be an okay way for them to close out this quarter here in single digits if they can get a stop. We'll see if Christian holds for 1.
Well, they haven't ran the ball. They haven't run an offense for very long because they've really got the shot they wanted really early. And
yeah,
see what happens here. Pass inside to Miller. She's got her defender pinned deep and scores. 10 seconds left. Waybay Summit has a chance to get a shot here. Good defense out front. And a desperation 3 is off the mark. We'll go to the quarter. 18-7. Knights lead. Second quarter, Waybay Summit with the inbounds. Knights leading 18-7. Real solid first quarter, 18. That's a good points. Number 13 with a deep 3, off the mark. 13 is Kaylee Berger. Knights get into their offense. What a tough assignment when you're all about 5'5" to 5'7", and you've got to defend a 6'4" post player.
Yeah, no doubt. Looked like they were trying to front her and have some help from behind a little bit towards the end, and honestly, it hardly mattered. She's just so tall. She goes right, gets a high pass and finishes.
Hannah Miller drive to the bucket and is fouled. Shoot 2. First one's up and good. Doesn't look like they're missing Joy a whole lot right now. They're not putting a lot of pressure on, able to get the ball into the half-court offense.
Getting into their half-court offense well, initiating and getting some high-quality looks. Looks like they're flashing a little bit of a 1-3-1 here on defense.
You know, it sucks to lose Joy, but you know, when it's somebody else's opportunity when somebody goes down, and maybe that'll make this team better.
Yeah, no doubt.
Work through some things without your starting point guard.
Yeah, it'd be a good opportunity for some of these girls to get some extended playing time and, just have a little different role too.
You think the Knights maybe jumped in this zone to maybe save their legs a little bit?
Yeah, that's a good thought. Now that they're a little bit, not quite as deep, give their legs a little bit of a rest per se, but also, I bet it's also a little bit of a, something that they want, a little change of pace and something that they want to flash at different times of the year when they need it.
Boy, pass ahead, it was there, just a little off the mark, and the Knights turn it over.
For a girls' team, it's amazing how long they are in that 1-3-1 zone.
Yeah. The only thing I would be concerned with is, Waybay Summit, with their size, you assume they're three-point shooters too. So
yep, there's going to
have to be very conscious of not getting lit up out there if you're in a zone.
Yep, your weakness is the corners, so we'll see if Waybay can get some shots off in the corners and your wings.
Traveling violation, and the Knights will inbound it. Knights leading 20-7, 13-point lead here. Pass inside to Kaiser, and her turnaround is good.
Grace picking up where she left off. I think she had a pretty nice offensive game a couple nights ago.
Girls are undefeated. What's their record right now, David?
I believe they are 8-0.
8-0. Bosma steps out, and Chloe Holt comes in the game. Knights staying in that zone.
Ooh.
Long arms of Miller, and grabs that pass, and she'll bring it down, set it up, passes inside to her sister. Turnaround is good. Knights have to be shooting 50+.
Getting high percentage looks, no doubt.
Getting really good shots.
I thought she was going to Kaylee in the corner at the last second. Mallory flashed open and she found her. It was a nice pass.
Pass is stolen by Mallory, and she brings it up herself. And ball's stolen away, and Waybay Summit will push the other way. Her shot's blocked by Miller. Little contact, no call, and Knights clear the board and set up their offense with 4:45 left in the game, or in the half here, 24-7. Miller double dribbles there, a little contact, and the violation is called, and Waybay Summit will take it out right in front of their bench here. Couple subs here. Kaiser comes out, and Bosma's back in. At halftime tonight, we have a interview with Coach Michael Rohrbach from Rob Waltman, who does a lot of our games on the live stream. He interviewed Michael, and we'll have an extended interview here that you can listen through at halftime. And we'll have the same thing during the halftime of the boys game. Coach David Rohrbach will have a extended interview with Rob as well. But the girls interview will be at halftime. Coach Michael will have a few things to say in that. Knights ball, 24-7, 4 minutes left in the half here, and we'll see what they can do. It looks like Waybay's jumped into a zone here now.
There's the zone we were mentioning.
Ball's deflected and turned over. Passes ahead, no dribble, and Waybay Summit scores.
Timeout, Aberdeen Christian.
Coming out of the timeout, Knights ball, 24-9 lead here with 3:50 left in the half. And
good decision by Waybay for the zone. We'll see if they can get a couple stops.
Nice interior passing.
Yeah,
high post, low post, and then a kind of a cross pass on inside to Kaiser, finding the open player.
Mallory's an underrated passer, really good passer.
I said this the other night watching the Faulkner game, but her, you know, from last year to this year, her game has improved so much. I think.
For sure.
She brought a lot to the table last year, but yeah, she just doesn't miss open looks, and her passing is. I just really impressed with her game. She's got to be getting some college looks. Do you know, as athletic director,
definitely.
do you have people, I don't know if they contact her or you hear things like that?
Yeah, definitely. I know that she's been getting some Division II looks, and there's been couple Division I schools that have inquired about her as well, and which makes sense just with her height, skill, ability, and the way she gets up and down the floor.
Corner three is good for the Knights from Kaylee Block. Is that their first three tonight?
You know, I think
so many
it
interior
was.
plays.
They've got so many. They've got so many inside.
Man, if you can knock down the three when you're just nailing them inside, that's a tough to defend block with another
Did
three.
you get another one? Oh,
in and out. Heat check there. Mustangs retained possession. 20-point lead already with 2:20 in the quarter left. Deep corner three.
So what Waybay's going to need to do is hit some outside shots to stay in this game.
That was Eva Beneke with a three. I hope I'm saying that name right. I got coached by my wife before the game started. I said, you got to help me with these names so I don't sound foolish.
How much did she help you?
I don't know. I hope it's my fault no matter what happens.
Can't throw
Hopefully
under the bus.
she helped
That's
me,
fair.
but ultimately it's my fault.
That's fair. Well, it's too bad for Waybay Summit. How much do they miss Zoe Waltman? I know she put up 30 one time this year and just a really good shooter. It's too bad for them, you know, and her being a senior, just I think being out for the year is really unfortunate.
Yeah, that's too bad. Have they played a game without her? Or is this the first game without
her?
No,
they played a couple, I think, without her, yeah.
Sometimes you can adjust. It takes a couple of games to adjust to that. You can't replace it, but yeah, that's too bad.
Another look for Mallory.
Pass inside. Miller's off the mark on that one. Got a little too deep. Waybay Summit clears and brings it up with a 17-point deficit here. Shot is blocked from outside. Tossed way ahead to Kaiser. See what she does with it. She scores and is fouled.
The old baseball outlet pass. You remember running those drills having somebody outlet and day before a game you do that?
That's the best way to condition guys.
Yeah.
They don't realize you're making them run. But if you give them a ball and tell them to score, they'll run hard to the other end. You can kind of trick them into conditioning. Free throws off the mark.
Ooh.
But
tried to save it, but gave an outlet pass to Waybay.
Yeah, kind of threw it to the wrong person, and Waybay scores there.
Nice
Waybay
finish.
Summit. Down inside the last minute here, 44 seconds left.
They need to reset the shot clock. I don't think they did.
Knights
not going to matter.
Don't matter. They dump it inside to Kaiser and score. Waybay will have basically the shot clock left to score here. About a 1 second deficit. Knights will clear. They have opportunity to go for the last shot here if they want to. But the way we're going.
Coach is yelling one shot, and looks like they heard him.
As easy as they're entering it inside, I think
they're
not looking at the shot clock. Miller with a deep three is good.
Right before the half, Hannah buries one.
That was as big a three as Brian made, making a free throw for a pop the other night. We've had two huge shots this week. Miller and Brian. We'll go to the half, 36-14, Knights lead.
And Michael Rohrbach joins us here as we have Waybay Summit tonight here in Aberdeen. And, Coach, you've got it rolling. You are one of 2 undefeated teams in Class B. You know that, though, I'm sure, right? And you know who the other one is, don't you?
We do. It's a team very close to us.
Have you seen the Cavaliers? Have you been over to their gym to scout them here? Got a chance?
I haven't watched them in person. Watched a few of their games online or through Huddle and stuff. So we're always keeping an eye on them, just kind of knowing where they are.
Seed point wise, it was interesting. I'm looking at that today. Of course, Ron Colley is 1 and Christian is 2. You are just a touch over a half a seed point behind Ron Colley, but still pretty healthy numbers. You're at 46.44. That's pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. Pretty cool. Exciting for the girls just to be rated that high. And, you just want that ranking so you can hopefully make to the Sodac 16 and have a good matchup there. And that gives you the best possible chance to go to state and make some noise.
Exactly. Yep. The higher you are on them seed points, maybe nothing's easy, but maybe that Sodac 16 game isn't, as tough as being a 16 seed. Then you got a tough one. You might end up with Ron Colley. So to get to the state tournament. All right. Well, the 2 undefeateds. To leave that behind us, you are going to meet the Cavaliers. It is at Aberdeen. Do you know, Michael, is this one going to be at the Christian Gym or the Arena on the 17th of February when we get that?
That will be at the Arena.
Okay, very good. Is it a doubleheader with the guys? I'm not
sure. It is, yep.
It is, okay, good. Well, a little ways away, and I look at your schedule, and I'm thinking you've had some tough games. You've blown some teams out. Lately, you've had some close ones, Faulkton. Potter County pushing you a little bit, Oaks pushing you somewhat. But the schedule seems like you're going to have some more of those that you get pushed a little and some more you should win easily, right?
Yeah, definitely. Been challenged a little bit here. And the last 3 games, we were kind of getting it rolling against Groton. I thought we played really good. And then we had a nice win against Wapala. And then yesterday, we started out really good against Faulkton. Just moving the ball like crazy. Girls are playing awesome. And then obviously Joy going down hurt. So that's going to kind of throw a wrench in the rest of our season, depending on the severity of the injury. She may need surgery. So we're kind of up in the air on her status for the rest of the year. So we just actually found that out today. So that's kind of disheartening, but we'll, we got a group that's resilient. And like you said, that this team is still going to be able to win a lot of games. So.
Bring me up to speed. I got to the game the other night. I had to come from Ellendale at another game, and I saw midway through your game, Joy was hurt or injured or at the end of the bench. So did she not get hurt early in the season, or is this a fresh deal that just happened?
Yeah, so she hurt this thumb earlier in the year and missed about 2 weeks. And then she re-hurt it in the game on Tuesday night. And so went into the doctor, and she tore something in her thumb there. And so we're checking into it. They may need surgery. So we're just kind of looking at, can you play through it and just tape it every game? Does it have to have surgery now? And does she maybe have a chance to come back later in the season? So, that's going to kind of be up in the air.
Okay, so it was the injury from earlier that was aggravated before I got to the gym on Tuesday night, right? Okay.
Yep.
Well, son of a gun. There we go. Hopefully it'll work out and she can keep playing, but you'll find out soon, I guess, right, from the doctor? Yeah,
find out soon, and hopefully it's a good one, a good prognosis from them. But, we're just going to have to, either way, it'll be a big loss. We'll just have to move forward, and some other people are going to have to step up, and hopefully, we can still keep the win streak going.
Yeah, 9-0, trying to make it 10 straight here tonight. Tell me about your team. How do you feel they've been playing despite, you look, you say 9-0, but what are you picking apart there that you can do better?
Yeah, I think when we move the ball and get good shots, we're so tough to defend. And with Joy going out, and then our other guard, Hannah, actually hardly even played in the second half because of foul trouble and then fouling out. But when they were in, they were moving the ball so well, and we were getting great shots. Even Mallory Miller, she's such a dominant force down low and can score on anyone. But she was being doubled, and she just passed the heck out of the ball and was getting other people's shots. And when we do that, and we just play as a unit together, we're really tough to defend. And so when we do that, that's really what I like to see, and I think we'll be able to play with anybody when we do that.
Well, you have you been as high as 3, Michael, in the poll? Was it last year? I'm just refreshing my foggy memory here. Last year we kind of finally got in the polls, and now we're number 3. That's the highest, isn't it?
It is, yep. 3 is definitely the highest for our girls, and so that's exciting for them. And, you know, there's 2 really good teams ahead of us. Of course, Stickney is really tough at number 2, and then Roncalli is very good at number 1. So if we can just kind of hang around that 3 mark, that'll be good, you know, and just kind of keep chipping away at maybe those other spots, but just, you know, focusing on getting better each day and just handling the game in front of us.
Well, let's go back to the Roncalli situation. I brought it up early, February 17th, and I'm sure your girls are well aware of that date. They've had it, you know, marked on their calendar. Do you have to slow them down and say, hey, we got all these other games before we even think about that? And you know what I'm saying? Is there that sense that maybe they're waiting for that night? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's definitely an exciting one you have circled. And, we know that Roncalli is the team to beat this year. And so we've, you know, been pursuing, to be able to beat them by the end of the year and just wanting to get better and be where we can be one of the best teams in the state. And so, but we know that the way we're going to get there is to just beat the team in front of us and to get better every day. And so that just really is the mindset of, you know, you have those goals in the back of your head, but the girls know that you just got to win each day. And so that's just what we focus on.
Well, that's true. I mean, you got to keep improving every game until you get to that Roncalli night to take your jab. It's kind of like the boys a little bit. You know, if you look at the Christian guys last year and probably 4 years in a row, if you want to go back that far, who's the team? Who's the team up there that you really, really have to go after and play well? It's DeSmet. And everybody's well aware of that. And on the girls' side, when Roncalli stepped down, everybody was well aware of, hey, they're the top dog. If we want to do something, you have to be that type of team, right?
Yeah, very similar to the guys' situation, I'd say. And so just a really good challenge to always have in the back of your mind, because it keeps you pushing every day to get better, because you know you're going to need to be playing at your best come that time to play them and at the end of the season.
Who is backing up Joy until you figure out if she can go forward here now?
Yeah, we'll probably start Chloe Bosma for that 5th starter, and then Chloe Holt will be first one off the bench. And so those 2 are really going to have to, they'll pick up a lot of those minutes and will become even more contributors than they have been, even though they've already contributed a lot as 6th and 7th man. So, and some of it is just going to be a collective effort, and Hannah will run the one for us, and just kind of hope that we can go at it as a team and just hold down the fort till she's back.
Well, I wish you the best. I hope she gets back. I really do, and we'll see you down the line as you try to make it 10-0. But tonight, Coach, and good luck. Nice to talk to you.
Yeah, yes, appreciate it. Thank you.
Back at the Aberdeen Civic Arena, start of the 3rd quarter for the Aberdeen Christian Knights and the Waybay Summit Dragons. Or I guess they're the Mustangs, not Waybay.
Mustangs.
Yeah, the Mustangs.
Used to be Dragons.
Knights are leading 36-14, beginning of the 3rd quarter here.
A little clear out for Hannah.
Boy, that was wide open.
Yeah, it was.
So any critique of Brother Michael, Coach Rohrbach, for the girls?
Got
a good game plan, don't you?
Yeah, looked like they're establishing the inside game, which is smart when you have the size advantage we do. So, got to, and they've only shot, what, like 3 threes? I think they got 2 of them to go, so. Mixing up the defense a little bit, too. Got another 3 to, oh, no,
long 2 from the corner for the Mustangs. That's number 13, Kaylee Berger. Brings it to a 22-point game here.
Mustangs starting man the second half.
Is that a matchup zone?
Looks like they're trying to double Mallory now. Anytime they even try to throw it to her, they're going to send a double, it looks like.
That's what you'd assume you'd try to do when you don't have the size. Shots off the mark, cleared by Bosma.
Definitely got to make it as difficult on her as possible to even catch the ball.
Putting a little ball pressure on, too. That's what we kind of anticipated that early on. That's one of your halftime adjustments.
Nice cross-court pass.
Nice cross-court pass to Bosma, like you said. And
good job of Kaylee to find the soft spot on the defense there.
That's kind of it can be a tough shot. It's close. It's your angles where you can't use the board, and it's a close shot where it's got to be right on the mark. Kaylee Block drills it in the corner.
Another open shot off the mark.
Bosma clears again. Second rebound in a row, and here we go. Looks like the Knights are kind of bringing it up by committee and trying to pass it up. Nobody's give it to me, let me dribble through it. They're just trying to pass their way through is what you got to do when you lose your point guard.
Yep. Be interesting what they do if Waybay decides to really go full court pressure.
Block with a corner or a wing 3, and that's off the mark. Waybay Summit will set up in their half-court offense. Both teams look like they're kind of into a zone here now. Ball's blocked by Miller on a drive, but Waybay retains possession. Miller steals, and Knights turn it over in transition. Quick to the hole, blocked out of bounds by Hannah Miller that time. I told you I'd struggle with names when there's, I just want to say Miller, but I got 2 of them, so I'm struggling. Mallory and Hannah.
Well, you say Miller, you're correct.
I know, that's what I can't go wrong, but I got to narrow it down a little bit here as we go. Shots off the mark from Waybay Summit, but deep rebound comes right back out, and they'll retain possession and a fresh shot clock. Boy, that's just, the Knights have so much length. It's just tough. Forces a timeout. 23 seconds left on the shot clock, and the Mustangs call timeout. Quick 30-second timeout, and the Mustangs will inbounds under their basket. Ball's deflected away, and Knights will bring it the other way.
Nice pass
ahead
to
Kaiser, and she draws a foul.
Perfect time to give it up. Waited till the defense committed to her. Found Grace running up the floor.
Different reffing crew than I've seen for the Knights here this year. We've got Andrew Warner and Lucas Pearson, and who's our other?
And Gabe Kelson.
Yeah, Gabe Kelson. He reffed the other night as well. These guys are fit. They look like they could be a arm wrestling trio.
Yeah, then they're actually all from Groton area originally. Yeah. And Lucas Pearson, he actually does a lot of division. He does a lot of college games. He does some Division II Northern games. If you go there, he does, and just other Division II games and whatnot. So
that's good. Yeah. That's a little younger crew. That's good to see.
Yeah,
we need some guys getting into it. Kaiser's second shot's good. Knights have a 40-16 lead as they settle into their 2-3 zone. Deep 3 in the corner from the Mustang. No rim, and
Another block by Mallory.
No rim, so the shot clock's down to 10 seconds here.
Knights extending that 2-3. Just keeping
Ball's
Mallory
tipped away,
down
and
low.
the Knights come out of there with it. We'll set up quick. Mallory drives to the hole, passes to her sister Hannah for 2. Or that's Hannah to Mallory. I got it back.
Hannah to Mallory.
Apologize for that.
No. Miller to Miller.
Well, she drew the defense and then just flicked it in there beautifully. Shots blocked by Mallory, and away we go again. Boy, a point guard would have a blast tonight, wouldn't they?
No doubt.
You know, and the Knights are doing just fine with it. Deep threes off the mark. The Knights retain possession. I'm not sure it hit the rim there, but they got a shot clock reset.
Yeah, probably should not have reset the shot clock there, is my guess, but didn't matter.
Is it hard to find shot clock operators for you as athletic director, or not too bad?
You know, Jeff Kretschmann does a fantastic job. He's been so reliable for about the last 3 years. Had to get a new scoreboard worker this year, and luckily was able to find someone. But you know, sometimes it can be very difficult to get workers, that's for sure. But this year,
why? You know, I asked that because shot clock is in Class B is not that old.
No,
it's
that's true.
Just a few years in, and it's just something that people aren't used to doing, and you don't just have experience right away. You got to kind of learn your way through it. I know I've run it a little bit, and I always praying people don't see the mistake.
Yeah, it is not easy. I had to run scoreboard and shot clock a little bit for some girls JV games because people couldn't get off work, and I messed up so much. It's way harder than it looks.
It really is. You get to watching the game, and all of a sudden you realize that the shot was up and you needed to reset, and it just takes a little time. Deep three from the corner is off the mark, and Aberdeen Christian
off and
rebounds.
running.
Boy, Waybay Summit's putting a lot of ball pressure on.
Another good pass to Grace. Just off the mark. Waybay's off and running. Pretty fast-paced third quarter.
Makes for excitement, but also tends to bring out some sloppy play, as we've seen a little bit of. That foul is on Miller, and number 2, Eva Beneke, will step to the line for a pair. Knights are leading 42-16. Not a lot of points scored this quarter. Been a few, but just tough to score.
It is a lot of block shots this quarter, and then
that size, dealing with the size of the Knights is
it's
tough.
just tough, very tough. So unless your shots are going, it's difficult to score.
Mallory Miller with a nice drive and reverse layup, but just missed it underneath, and Waybay will settle into their offense here. Passing in the corners out of one ball. Player went one way and the ball the other, and the Knights will take over on a turnover. 2:30 left in the third quarter. Knights leading 42-16. But my favorite number up there is 1 foul and 2 fouls.
No doubt.
So many times in girls you see a ton of fouls, or
you just jinxed it.
Yeah, I did. They get a hold, and Waybay picks up their third.
No, but you're right. Nice flow to the game there in the third quarter. Just good pace to it. Not many fouls being called.
Pass inside to Miller, and she dumps it in post to post, and we get a great shot by Bosma, but it's just off the mark. Mustangs will retain possession and set it up on their end. Jumper in the corners off, but rebound on the backside. Another 3. Rolls in.
Shooter's roll right there.
Is that Zerbal on that? I think so.
34.
Tasha Zerbal.
Yep.
with the 3, makes it 42-19. I put a little pressure on you, ask you what that difference is. I don't want to have to do that math. My regular partner, Matt, is so good at that.
Another 3.
Them are hard to rebound, a high arching 3 like that.
Long rebounds. Ooh, Mallory swung for that.
Mallory swung and missed, but comes out of there with the ball, and the Knights will set up. Mallory with a free throw jumper.
Got a nice looking jump shot too. And when that's going, she's very tough to guard.
Ain't that something? 44-19, 25-point Knight lead here as we're counting down the last 45 seconds of this quarter. What have the Knights played? Six girls tonight? Haven't gone to the bench too much.
Yep, about 6 girls. Chloe Holt being the sixth girl tonight.
Stolen by Kaiser after that Mustang miss, and it looks like the Knights will be able to go for the last shot here with 15 seconds left. See what they can dial up. Chloe Block with a 3, just off. Mustangs clear, and that'll end our quarter, it looks like, as they dribble it out. Knights lead by 25, 44-19. We'll go to the break. We got a nice crowd filling into the arena here tonight with this doubleheader between Waybay Summit and Aberdeen Christian, and boys game to follow here.
According to my sources, Carla Palmer, Jenny Palmer is making an appearance tonight.
Really?
Jenny due to be married on Saturday.
I don't want to hear that though. Every time I watched her play, she took somebody out.
Yeah, she was good for 5 fouls, that's for sure. Am I mistaken, or is she our only 1,000-point scorer in girls' history?
I don't know that. I don't know the girls' history that well.
I think she is. I think she's the only one.
Miller with a pair of free throws. First one's off the mark here. Knights leading by 25. Coach Rohrbach stepped out. Obviously, he's got to coach that next game of the boys, and so our normal color guy is back, Matt Rohrbach. His mom made him go home for supper tonight, and so he wasn't able to get here till now.
Mom made meatloaf, so I couldn't pass it up.
So Matt is back helping me here with a little color. Shot is up and good. A nice runner there.
Well, while I was eating my meatloaf, I was listening to you and Dave talk. David, I should say, Coach Rohrbach, and yeah, it's good stuff.
Good. We're having fun. Obviously, the play of the night on the call was that free throw for the 2-liter pop from Brian. I don't know if you heard that.
I did hear that. I got a good chuckle out of it. It's good stuff.
Although we did have a big 3 there at the half.
Yeah,
going
that
into
was
the half,
deep.
That was exciting.
She saw Malik do it on Saturday, so she wanted to see if she could do it too.
Boy, Tried to throw it off the player, and it missed. Goes out of bounds. Waybay Summit will retain possession here with a, looks like they reset the shot clock.
It's really too bad that Zoe wasn't able to play this game. It would have made a big difference in how this game was played out. Feel bad for her. I know you guys touched on that a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Right.
That sucks.
You never want to see that, especially when someone's a senior.
Or the Knights are just don't have that point guard that's screaming, give me the ball and bring it up. They're kind of doing it by committee, and they're doing fine, but getting that occasional turnover.
Where the Knights are going to see most challenge without Joy in the lineup is, like you said, bringing the ball up the floor. But if they can get Hannah to the high post, get her in the middle of the floor, start their offense as close to the three-point line as possible, I think they'll be able to kind of feel that loss just a little bit better.
Boy, nice inbounds play to Miller, but her shot is off the mark from about 8 feet. And
that inbounds play has been a little bit of a staple in Christian so far. Mallory being, so tall, she's going to get that. She's going to get that more often than not. Nice move.
Hannah Miller with the rebound. She pushes it ahead to Kaiser, and her shot rolls off. Mustangs will retain possession. Knights leading by 24 here with 6 minutes left in the game. Kind of gone stagnant here the last few minutes. Neither team real effective in their half-court sets.
A little bit. Energy's just a little bit low right now. Christian, I think, definitely just kind of wanting to finish this thing out. Nice enter.
Nice entry pass to Miller, and her shot is good.
Waybay graduated a couple girls last year. They're going to have a little bit of a tough time guarding Mallory down low for that reason.
They don't have, they're all about the same height. They just don't have anybody that big. Which doesn't mean you can't be effective, but Miller's been too much tonight. I think we're at our biggest lead for the Knights right now, 26, 47, 21. Long three, just off the mark and rebounded by Miller, and will come the other way.
I'm sure those teams will see each other again here in districts more than likely.
Oh, nice cut on the baseline by Block, but defender slipped in and tipped it away.
These two teams saw each other in the district championship.
Yeah,
one of the district championships, I should say,
that's right.
to get to the Sweet 16. So they've seen each other in the last couple years, and I would assume they would see each other again. That was a good game.
History making for the Knights.
Yeah.
First time to extend their season through the postseason, and boy, gave White River a run for their money, who went on to win the state tournament. And
they did. It was unfortunate that they had to play them, but when you don't take care of business in the first part of the year, you're gonna have to play a number 2 seed. I believe White River is number 2 seed.
What a reversal of seasons. They're just taking care of business so far.
Completely different.
Undefeated. What are they? 8-0, 9-0?
Yeah, David said 8-0. I can't say for positive 8-0, 9-0, but there's a lot of season to be played.
Yeah, that's right.
They just got to take it one game at a time. And if they get that first loss, that's basketball for you.
Yeah.
Some team, they're going to be hunted a little bit, and they should expect that.
Nice entry pass to Chloe Bosma, and her turnaround is good. And stretches the lead to 27, 49-22. Looks like Coach Rohrbach's going to the bench here with a couple of subs. Hannah and Mallory
Miller coming in for the first time, I believe, tonight.
Stepped out as well as Kaiser has stepped out too. Grace Kaiser.
She'll help handle the basketball a little bit. She's the primary point guard for the JV team.
Coach Rohrbach and I touched on a little bit that, the loss of Joy here for hopefully just a couple of weeks, but what an opportunity it is for everybody else to grow and get better at their ball handling and how you're going to execute and see what comes.
She's actually having an MRI right now, so we'll know the extent of it here pretty soon, I would think. Sounds like it's probably best case scenario that she didn't tear it all the way and she'll be back, that ligament being.
It is her left hand.
It's her left hand, which isn't
her
really
primary
good.
hand or her shooting hand. But
right. It's a big deal. If it was her shooting hand, you could pretty much kiss her shooting goodbye for the rest of the year. But with it being her offhand, I would expect we'll see her back. She doesn't have anything to keep that thumb for anyways for the rest of her life, so might as well get rid of it here in her senior season.
Wasn't it Ronnie Lott? Now, you probably don't remember this. Years ago, the 49ers were just incredibly tough defense. Ronnie Lott was their safety, and he broke a bone or something in one of his fingers, and he had it amputated.
Actually?
Actually amputated.
Wow, I never heard that
because
story.
he didn't want to go through surgery and end his season.
Unreal.
And it obviously it wasn't like the whole digit or whatever it was, but I mean that's I'm not advocating that, but that happened.
If Joy's listening, maybe don't amputate your thumb. You might want to keep that.
Incredible.
Right. Well, Tony Romo, he didn't amputate it, but he did play through a broken finger about 6 or 7 years ago when he still played.
Boy, Bosma with a strong rebound inside, and she's double teamed and nowhere to go, and ends up going to the floor and losing it. That's unfortunate. But the Waybay Summit take over here with 2:53 left in the fourth quarter. Knights leading by 27.
Rachel Beener checking in for the first time now.
Three's off the mark, and the Knights clear the board, and here we go. I think we've got 5 whole new players here for the most part.
Well, we got about 2:30
in the
here.
game. She's played quite a bit. Chloe Holt.
We got about 2:30 here. We might not get many words in about the boys team just because of not being able to talk pregame. So we could talk about that right now if you want.
Yeah, we can. Let's get who's in the game here. We've got Alana Moller's in.
Sophia Fogarty.
Sophie Fogarty's in.
Bailey England's been in, and then Shekinah Holzing.
Yeah. I think that's her first appearance.
It's always exciting to play a little varsity. Well, I had the chance to ref the Waybay boys. They played Langford a couple Fridays ago. They're an impressive bunch. They're solid. They play good defense. They don't turn the ball over a lot, and they got a few shooters.
They really put the wood to Langford that night.
They did. They did.
I was looking this morning, and Aberdeen Christian is in just a stretch of incredible competition. 3 is good from Muller out on the wing, and that stretches the lead to 30 here. Brings the bench to their feet.
It's always fun for varsity starters to see people that they go against in practice hit a big shot.
Well, that was a no-rim 3. I was saying, I looked at the standings this morning, and Christian is right in the heart of an 8-day stretch of playing 4 teams that are all in the top 11 in seed points.
Right.
Here, and they'll have Platte Geddes on Saturday, who's number 5, and Waybay Summit, who's number 11 here tonight, and they played Faulkner and Potter County previous that are both in the top 10. So just an incredible competition. I hope their legs hold up here as we go forward.
I expect a good game tonight. Knights got Waybay last year, but it's a whole new year.
Yeah, the Waybay Summit returned everybody. I don't think they lost any of their key players.
Yeah, they got Gaikowski back, and I believe you pronounce it Golbra. That's their big boy, 00.
I didn't pronounce it. Don't hold me to that.
He's every bit of 6'6". He is a big boy. I would assume he'll be the tallest and biggest kid on the floor.
I think they list him at 6'7".
6'7",
on the program there.
I would assume that him and Russell are pretty much seeing eye to eye. Then they got that good guard Opdahl, so I'm interested to see if they play man zone. Who's guarding Malik? Who's guarding Ethan?
Hayden Rump's free throw is good, and that brings Waybay Summit total to 25, 52-25, a $1:35 left here. Ball's turned over, and Waybay Summit bring it the other way. We got a running clock now. Is that right?
Running clock.
At 25 points. Is that how that works?
30.
30.
30
okay.
points. So Christian just hit it about a minute ago.
Once it goes 30, it stays running, even if it's under 30 until they get it to like 15.
Under
right?
15,
Under
I
15.
believe. I've actually never had that happen where it's gotten to a point where they've had to stop the running clock. So.
Looks like the Knights will have one more possession here with the running clock. 42 seconds left. We'll see what happens. It's getting kicked around a little bit. Out of bounds, and Knights will retain possession. 27-point lead. Boy, going to be a big win for Christian Knights here tonight.
Yeah. It's good that they can extend their season. I believe tonight will be 9-0. They just need to take it one game at a time. If Roncalli is always your thought process going into every single game, then you're bound to lose.
Yeah. Bound
to lose a game, not just to Roncalli, but to another team.
Buzzer sounds. Aberdeen Christian girls win 52-25. Come back for the boys' game to follow.